Hello everyone, this question paper was held on 27th of August 2022 for senior scale stenographer. This is shift 1. Question paper was held by Chandigarh High Court. Before starting the dictation, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Now I am going to start the dictation. Start. Evaluation of the evidence of child witnesses, especially where the child is the victim herself/himself, is always a tricky affair. Combating at the times conflicting consideration come into play in such cases. Stop. On the one hand, there exists a presumption that a child of tender years would not ordinarily lie. Stop. The applicability of otherwise of this presumption would necessarily depend to a large extent on the age of the child. Stop. No dividing line can be drawn in such cases. However, one may reasonably presume that a child of the age of 4 or thereabout would be of an age at which two questions spontaneously put to the child, the answer would ordinarily be the truth. Stop. As against this, the court is also required to be alive to the fact that children are impressionable individuals, especially when they are younger in age and are therefore more easily tutored. Stop. The possibility of a small child whose cognitive and intellectual facilities are yet not fully developed being compelled to testify in a particular manner cannot be easily gainsaid. Stop. Even so, the prevalent jurisprudential approach proscribes courts from readily treating the evidence of child witnesses as tutored, and ordinarily where a child is subjected to sexual assault, her or his statement possesses considerable probative value. Stop. Para. Honorable Supreme Court had a occasion to examine the jurisprudential contours of appreciation of evidence of child witnesses in its 12 of 24 judgment in Sanjay Kumar Valmiki vs. State 2018 SSC Online DEL 9304. Stop. The following passages from the said judgment were stands affirmed by dismissal of SLP number 3050/2019 preferred there against respondent. Stop. Para. The child witnesses, like the child himself, has ever remained criminologically speaking a jurisprudential enigma. Stop. The judicial approach to such evidence has at times advocated wholesome acceptance of such evidence, subject to the usual precautions to be exercised while evaluating any other evidence. However, the more prevalent approach appears to prefer exercise of cautious consideration by the court while dealing with such evidence. Stop. The reasons for advocating such a approach as is apparent from the various authorities on the point is that child witnesses are usually regarded as susceptible to tutoring. Consequently, courts have consequently held that where the trial court is satisfied on its own analysis and appreciation that the child witnesses before it is unlikely to be tutored and is deposing to his own will and violation, it cannot treat such witnesses or the evidence of such witness when any greater circumstance that would be accorded to any other witness or any other evidence. Stop. As has been often emphasized by court in this context, no express or even implied embargo on a child being a witness is to be found in section 118 of the Indian Evidence Act, which deals with the competency of persons to testify and reads as under the following guiding principles governing the admissibility and reliability of the evidence of child witnesses are readily discernible from the above cited judicial pronouncements of the Supreme Court. Stop. There is no absolute principle to the effect that the evidence of child witnesses cannot inspire confidence or be relied upon. Section 118 of the Indian Evidence Act 1872 discounts the competence of persons of tender age to testify only where they are 14 of 24, prevented from understanding the questions put to them or from giving rational answers to those questions on account of their age. Stop.